Thank you, Craig. Very long day yesterday because not only was I really leaving it all out there on the field by captaining so hard during the middays.
That means he got other people to do the work, and he just sat back and...
No, I told you I had 2 Zoom meetings on this. It was a lot of prep.
Okay.
A lot of work.
Dave.
Although we did get to the beginning of the bit we were going to do, because Dave and I met like an hour or so before the show to try to write a little bit.
Yeah, I got to hear Johnny Pants
and Don Marconioni together in one place at the same time. And it was we teased that we got the bit coming up next. And while we were in the writing room together, in the little small conference room, I was, typing out some lines and ideas that I was going to do. And Dave was over there working on his computer. And we just kind of got the basic structure. I'll come in first, and then I'll introduce you, and it'll open the door, and then you come in as Don Marconioni, and then we'll kind of go through and insult the guys and so on. We kind of gave that thumbnail sketch to each other. Well, it gets time for the segment. We tease, hey, coming up next, we have special guests in studio, and go to break, and then kind of quiet as we put finishing touches on whatever we're doing, and then Davey goes, so do you have like a script for me or anything? I said, well, no, I thought you were writing your parts, and I was writing my parts. And he goes, oh, I thought you were writing the whole thing, and you were going to give me the script.
Oh, no.
This is right before we're coming back to do it. So we had like 2 minutes to get Don Marconioni lines in place. Dave panic wrote and everything. But yeah, a little miscommunication there. But leaving it all out on the field there in midday captaining. And then I had a late night last night, as you guys may know, because it was mentioned here on the air. I had a concert scheduled for last night.
Oh, that's right. Forgot all about
go out to the Arlington Music Hall and see the great Sean Cassidy.
Okay, I have so many questions.
Sean Cassidy. And Tyler, if you can find a Sean Cassidy song.
I don't think they're online.
Yeah, like Teen Dream or Taxi Dancer, any of that stuff. It was great to see him. He
hold me close, I'm Taxi Dancer.
No, it doesn't sound like that. So he comes out and it's just him, an acoustic guitar, and he plays piano. He had a grand piano on stage as well. He had a guitarist that was his nephew, Cole Cassidy.
The only one he could talk into going on tour with him.
He had a keyboard player. So there was only 3 people on stage. And he told lots of stories, and he was pretty funny. He had self-deprecating humor.
Yeah.
He said, last time I was in Texas, I played the Astrodome, 55,000 people. And so it's great to be back here in front of you guys. Although, where are the rest of you? I'm only seeing just as he looks out, to the the 600 people that are in the place.
How big is that place?
I think I read online that it seats 1,000.
Okay.
It's a great venue.
Yeah. They redid it and everything and reopened it and
nice.
have lots of musical acts in there. But yeah, and it was interesting him just telling about his life because he had kind of a crazy
Very
life. His
interesting
mom
life.
is Shirley Jones. His dad was not Jack Cassidy from the bass player, but the actor.
Mm-hmm.
And, his brother, his older half-brother, David Cassidy, he said, and I forgot that, David Cassidy was a nobody until the Partridge Family, and he got cast in the Partridge Family not because he was Shirley Jones' stepson. It's like he won that part, and they had to go to Shirley Jones and then say, do you have any problem if we cast your stepson in this? Is there going to be any issue here? So that was, I didn't know that part. But, and yeah, him just talking about being a young kid, because he had his first 3 albums, I think, before he even graduated high school. They were all huge hits.
Do you think he did well at his high school?
Oh my gosh.
My God.
Has anyone ever done better
No.
in high school than him?
And
No.
it had to be so crazy because I think he's like kind of geeky and not.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a hurricane that he was just in the middle of. When you get into teen fandom, it almost becomes not about you. You have no control over it. You're just a kid. and all that's coming at you at once. And he said, so, I mean, just think, I was a young, poor kid growing up in Beverly Hills, and it was funny. A lot of storytelling, and then he would do a song, but out in the audience, he said, do we have at least one or two guys here tonight?
Was it like you and two other dudes and 600 women?
Me and my brother, and I saw there were probably about a dozen guys in the audience.
And 600 women over 60.
He said, yeah, you had at least a couple guys in the audience, and you hear, about 10 people, and everything.
Whatever.
And Sean was like, hey, sorry you got dragged here tonight, man.
I didn't get dragged. I'm here to see you. You're awesome.
Yeah, I was the only one that disagreed with the dragging.
He screamed.
So he made funny jokes about that, and it was great. It was lots of self-deprecation, but also lots of good nostalgia and storytelling about how huge he was in that little 3-year period that he had this big career, because he was having hit album after hit album. He had the hit TV shows on the Hardy Boys.
Yeah,
I want to say that he got knocked off the #1 slot on Billboard because Elvis died, and Elvis retook the spot from him, kind of thing. Yeah.
Did he play the hits, buddy?
Yeah, he played. What the hell's going on here?
I don't know.
We got
TV
a whole
crew.
TV crew coming in here. Yeah, you are trying to get my Sean Cassidy reaction? Yeah, I'm doing a whole package because they found one guy that went to go see Sean Cassidy last night. But it was great, and there was a couple P1s. Several P1s came up to me and were like, hey, heard you were going to be here. And yeah, they heard me talk about it. And
were they dudes like sheepishly looking around?
No, it was girl P1s.
All right.
How long did he play?
Don't say it like that. Come on.
How long was the show?
I think it was about 2 hours, I think.
Okay. He has that much material?
Oh, yeah. He had a lot of hits. And the crazy thing is, George, he wrote most of them.
Okay, that was
for
one of my questions.
For a 16-year-old.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is he still writing?
Yeah, he played one of his... He said, this is the last song I wrote, and... He even told the story about, I went to my wife, when I was going to do this tour and everything. And I said, hey, do you think I should do any new material? And she said, absolutely not. Just no one wants to hear it.
No, play the
No
hits,
one wants to hear it. Play the old stuff. And he said, well, don't you think, honey, maybe just one, I'll give them the hits then, but I played it. No, really, you should not do that. That is the worst idea you ever had. But he played it anyway.
Isn't that funny? Most spouses should tell their star performer that.
Yeah, right.
That very thing. Nobody wants to hear the new stuff.
Don't do the new stuff.
What show were we at, or was it on a concert that was on TV where the guy said, here's a new one, so you can all sit down? Who was that?
We were at a concert when that happened,
Was that the
right?
Cure that did that?
I can't
Was
remember.
that Robert Smith that said? I can't remember. But I
McCartney?
remember it was funny. Maybe it was Paul.
Yeah, I think it was Paul.
It
That's
was
right.
Paul. That's
Okay.
right, yeah.
Yeah. Here's a new one.
Here's a new one, so go ahead and sit down.
Go ahead and sit down.
Because everyone was just jumping up and down. Yeah.
That's so wrong the way we do that to artists.
I know.
They're still making art for us, but that's not good enough for us. We just want what we want right now,
right?
Which is the stuff we're real familiar with.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you went.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great, and it just reminded me, we're so fortunate to live in Fort Worth and Dallas, where we have so many artists that come in. DF Dub. And if you check the paper, like we try to do for the P1s and give them some big shows coming to town that they may not be aware of, there's so many great opportunities to see people that you've liked.
Yeah.
Whether they're current or in the past, like Sean Cassidy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was a good time, and thanks to the P1s who came up and wanted to have a picture made with me. That confused a lot of the other people, I think, that were there.
Including Sean Cassidy.
They were walking by.
Who's that dude?
Yeah.
And was he playing...
Who's the old fat guy that everyone's getting...
Was he playing the actual Arlington Music Hall, or was he playing the lobby of the Arlington Music Hall?
You,
See,
sir,
I didn't say that.
Jerk.
I just wanted to clarify.
That's... Man, he was still feeling good about the concert and everything.
Of course, I bought too many seats. There were a few people... Even the people I bought seats for, they dropped out. and didn't want to go.
No.
So
Cousin didn't make it.
And there's no way
Cousin
you
didn't
could
make it.
dump those online.
No way. There was no resale value to them, and so we had 3 empty seats next to us.
Off.
I meant to tell the P1. She was a good P1 who was sitting on the other side of our 3-seat cushion. I said to say you can move towards the center.
Move on over here.
Not the way that you're saying it though.
What way am I saying
I don't know.
it?
Just every time
way.
you're talking
Creepy?
about
I just said, hey, we
female
got
P1s,
room.
it's just weird.
Hey now.
It's just weird. Don't make it creepy. Anyway, fun.
All right, Gordo, thank you for that concert review and the ODEC 632 on the ticket.
And because this is my Friday, you guys will be here tomorrow, but I won't. Heading out on Christmas vacation. We need to do our picks against the P1 today. So how we stand it now with just a few weeks left. We'll pick some games when we come back from Dry Dock.
Well, last week the P1s were represented by noted pro golfer Conrad Schindler.
Yes.
He did not do very well for them. He went 1-4 in the high schools, 2-3 in the colleges. He went 6-9. George, you won the week. You went 10-5.
Man.
And I went 9-6, so you put another game between you and I.
What a battle this has been.
So with just a couple of weeks of picks to go, you're in first place at 121-69, and I am now 2 games back at 119-71. And the P1s collectively are bringing up the rear, 107-83.
Okay. Well, picking games with us this morning is Eric from Prosper. Morning, Eric.
Morning, Muse. How are y'all?
We're doing well. We always ask the P1 their football expertise level, and we understand you played the game.
Played the game in 1988, started for Aledo Bearcats. It was the last year the Bearcats lost in the first round of playoffs.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, was it your fault?
I set the baseline.
You didn't miss an extra point or something that...
No.
Okay.
All right. And you didn't go on to star in college or the NFL?
No, dismal career in fantasy football sense. That's about it.
Okay. What do you do for a living now?
I work in the wine and spirits business. We did the wine tasting back, 13 years ago?
Okay.
Studio?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Okay, Eric.
That was good times.
Good to hear from you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. Well, here we go. We pick 5 high school, 5 college, 5 pro games. And in the high school ranks, we're in the semifinals. By the way, best of luck to the Westlake Chaparrals who play Saturday afternoon against North Shore, the team that knocked them out. That's my son's team, coaches defensive line and special teams. Westlake is. I do believe they've won 73 of their last 74 games, but it was North Shore that knocked them out of the playoffs in this round last year.
Was it a close game?
They pulled away in the fourth quarter. North Shore is really, really good.
Well,
But
good luck to
upsets-
him.
Yeah, upsets happen. So
Yep.
hang in there, Shaps. All right, we'll start off with this semifinal game, 6A Division I. This will be 3 o'clock on Saturday, Mesquite Memorial, North Crowley, and Duncanville.
You know, trying to read up on some of these games, I think the matchups were better last week.
May have been.
Like a lot of those matchups were toss-ups, and this week it seems like there are some big favorites, including Duncanville. I'll take the Panthers.
Who you like, Eric?
Duncanville.
Yeah, I like the Panthers as well. 6A Division II, Saturday, 2 o'clock in Allen, South Lake Carroll, and DeSoto.
That was one you got right last week, and I got wrong taking South Lake Carroll. So they got it done last week. I don't think they get it done this week. I'll take DeSoto.
Eric?
DeSoto.
Pains me to do it. I hate to pick against Riley Dodge, but I only have a 2-game lead.
Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and take South Lake Carroll. I know you want to.
I do want to. I'm rooting for South Lake Carroll. But, yeah, I'll go with DeSoto. I hate
Can't
to do
believe
that.
you're picking against Riley.
I know. It's terrible.
You can change
Sorry,
that pick
Riley.
anytime you
I'm
want.
sorry, Riley. Class 5A Division I. This will be tomorrow night in Midlothian. Aledo, Eric, takes on Forney. Who you like?
I like Aledo.
Yeah, Aledo. I was worried about the Lancaster game last week, but playing Lancaster, but give me the Bearcats.
Did y'all drill them? Was that a lopsided game?
It was a healthy margin.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with Aledo, too. Let's see. Friday, Ford Center, 5A Division II. Frisco Emerson taking on South Oak Cliff.
Their nickname, the Emerson Biggins.
That is not their nickname, but it's still funny.
I'll take South Oak Cliff. I think they're going to do it again this year.
They just might. What do you think, Eric?
South Oak Cliff beat my Bearcats a couple years ago, so got to go with South Oak Cliff.
Yeah, I'll go with the Bears as well. All right, let's crank up the computer, get our high school GPT pick. See what he comes up with this week.
Hi, I'm the high school chat GPT computer with this week's high school game of the week, but before you get to the high school game of the week, I just want to say how much I enjoy your show and how much I love you, especially one of you. In fact, believe it or not, I've really patterned myself after one of you, the one that I think is the absolute best. I don't want to get into which one that is, but I just find him really creative and handsome. Plus, he likes what is, objectively, the best music. Artificial intelligence has combed through over 4 billion hours of music and determined Sean Cassidy is the greatest living musical artist of all
Oh, my God.
time. So yay for my secret favorite muser. Now for your high school game of the week. We have the Canadian Orgasm Wildcats taking on the Gunterbud Tigers, and that bad bat is your high school game of the week beak.
That's Friday, Abilene Christian. It's Canadian against Gunter.
Well, I don't know anything about Canadian, but we did some Gunter games when we were in college.
We did.
I'll take the Gunter. What are they?
Tigers.
Tigers.
I believe. Yeah. Who you like, Eric?
I'll take the Gunner Tigers as well.
Yeah, I'll go with Gunter. They've been the state championship game a bunch here the last 5 years.
All right, Eric, let's go to the colleges and pros. We pick these games against the spread. College football, we're going to pick, since we're going to be away for the next few weeks, we're going to pick a few bowl games and then the national semifinals. And the first bowl game we're going to pick is the Fenway Bowl, because that's where SMU ended up. It was their consolation prize. The Ponies, who had such a great season and won their conference, got left out of the New Year's Day Bowls. They'll play the Fenway Bowl at Fenway Park in Boston against Boston College. And SMU is an 11-point favorite, George.
I think they will cover. Give me SMU. I know they're not thrilled about that whole thing being sent to Fenway, but I think they'll cover.
All right, Eric, who do you like?
With a lot of points. Give me Boston.
I'm going to take SMU to cover as well. I think the Ponies, I don't know, you never know how a team like that reacts. Are they dejected that they missed out on a big bowl, so they come out flat, or are they pissed off?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. It's a big point spread. Texas A&M and Oklahoma State meet in the Texas Bowl at NRG Stadium in Houston. And in this game, the Cowboys are getting 3.5.
I see Elijah Robinson, interim coach, is coaching this, but he's leaving for Syracuse to be defensive coordinator and not staying there. I think that's weird. They offered him. I don't think the Aggies are that fired up about this. I'll take Okie State in the 3.5.
Okay, Eric?
Give me the Cowboys.
I think I like Texas A&M. There's something about Oklahoma State I don't trust.
Yeah, there's plenty there not to trust.
Of course, it's hard to trust the Aggies too, but I'll go Texas A&M. We'll see what happens. In the Cotton Bowl at Jerry World, it is Ohio State and Missouri, two top 10 teams meeting. They got a really good matchup, Cotton Bowl this year, and Missouri's getting 1.5.
Don't you on these always have to ask who's playing, who's going to the transfer portal, and who's declaring for the draft?
Yep.
The
very
Ohio
tough.
State quarterback is already in the transfer portal.
Give me Missouri.
Yeah, very tough to pick these bowl games.
Yeah, I'll go with the Tigers of Missouri.
All right, Eric?
Give me Missouri.
I'm going to take Ohio State.
Okay. I think that's solid.
I think they've got like 4 good backup quarterbacks, so I think they'll be okay.
They probably do, yeah.
All right, national semifinals. First matchup, it's Alabama getting 1.5 against Michigan.
I think there's a reason why Michigan seemed a bit disappointed that they have Bama in the semifinals. And Bama, outside of the Auburn game, has been different in the last month. Give me Bama.
Eric?
Give me Michigan.
Okay. I'm with George. I'm going to take Alabama here as well. And in the other semifinal, it's Washington getting 4 against Texas.
I'm surprised they're getting that many points. And Joel Klatt brought up a great point yesterday. Texas is 95th in pass defense, and Washington can throw the ball like crazy. Give me the Huskies.
Eric?
Give me Penix and the Huskies.
I like Washington, too, especially getting points here. I think
Yeah.
that's a really tough matchup for Texas.
All right, to the National Football League we go. Indianapolis at Cincinnati. Bengals maybe have found a new quarterback, and they're getting a point.
And I think this good run for Indianapolis has got to end at some point, and I think it ends this weekend. I'll take the Bengals.
Yeah, solid logic. What do you think, Eric?
Bengals.
Yep, me too. Cincinnati. The Raiders are on the road in Baltimore.
Rams.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Rams on the road in Baltimore, playing a lot better, and they're getting 7 points.
Yeah, I like the Rams here to keep it close. I think Baltimore wins, but I'll take L.A. in the 7.
What do you think, Eric?
Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I think I'll go Ravens, too, with that defense. I think they'll cover. Seattle is at San Francisco. They moved the ball up and down the field on the Cowboys, the Seahawks did, and they're getting 10.5.
Well, that big point spread makes this really, really difficult. San Francisco's going to win the game, and I think they will win by more than 10.5 points. Give me the Niners.
What do you think, Eric?
49ers.
Yeah, give me the 49ers. That's a lot of points, but I think they'll win by double digits.
I think Seattle's going to be about out of gas after that Cowboys
Yeah, they
game.
may be. That may have been about it, what they showed against the Cowboys. Buffalo getting 1.5 at Kansas City.
I know the Chiefs have not looked good lately, but I think this is one of those games at home where they might get things in order, and I don't trust Buffalo, so give me Kansas City.
Eric?
Give me Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Do we know anything about where Miss Swift is going to be for this ball game?
I don't.
Okay.
Although we should always factor
We should
that
always
in.
know that. I'll go with Kansas City, too. I think they will find a way to get enough offense to beat Buffalo. And that brings us to Sunday night, the Death Star. Cowboys and Eagles. If the Cowboys are going to have any chance of winning the NFC East, they've got to win this. The Eagles are getting 3.5.
Well, if Dallas doesn't win this game, coming off 10 days rest and Philadelphia's on a short week, Philadelphia is also coming off playing San Francisco, which always beats you up, and the Cowboys lost the first matchup. If they don't win this, then something is really wrong here. They should win this game. But I'm going to take Philadelphia to keep it really, really close. I like Dallas by a field goal, so I'll take the Eagles in the 3.5.
What do you think, Eric?
Give me Dallas and a post-appendectomy McCarthy win.
Yeah, with or without the head coach, I think the Cowboys win this one. Tell Dom to go ahead and bend over. I think he's going to get his butt kicked on Sunday night. Give me the Cowboys to win by more than 3.5.
Is he even going to be there, or has he been suspended
I
for
don't
this
know.
game?
Is Dom going to be there? Is Dom on the phone?
We did hear that Dom picked up Shaq Leonard at the airport the other day, so he's still working in some capacity.
Yeah, he does everything. He fights. He picks up players. All right, Eric. Well, Merry Christmas to you, and thanks for picking games with us.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Musers. Enjoyed it. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too. We'll see you. There goes Eric from Prosper. It is 7:08 on the ticket. Up next, it's Gordo and Muse in the news.
Another mass shooting in Vegas next. Thank you so much, Miller Man. Boy, it was shocking yesterday where we see that there was another mass shooting in Vegas, of all places, at a college campus. Was it UNLV, I believe?
Yep.
Yeah, a shooter at UNLV. He sprayed bullets into crowds at 2 campus buildings during an assault around lunchtime that killed at least 3 people and caused panic, of course, across the campus. And here these students are at their end-of-semester classes. The shooter was gunned down by police. Another person is in critical condition. Motive for the shooting is unclear as of this printing of the story, but and this story doesn't have it, but I heard that the guy was a professor there who had tried to get a job.
Yep.
And that he apparently had killed, the people he killed were staffers, I believe, not students. Is that right? Did you guys hear that?
I'm not sure about the victims, but yeah, that he was at
on that.
one point a professor there.
So, of course, this happens in the same city that the worst mass killing in U.S. history happened. And that was the one from Mandalay Bay Casino in Vegas, October 1st, 2017. Remember the guy's name?
I don't.
No.
He was one of the last guys that I think I used his name on the air before I started joining that policy. You know what? Let's not give the guys names.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's the right call or not, but...
And that one was just...
awful. From a hotel room, just shooting into a crowd.
Round after round.
Killed 58.
Wow.
Said there were, I think he wounded like 800 people. Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And then he not committed suicide. What is it you say now? He took...
Unalive.
Took suicide.
Took suicide?
Yeah. He
Unalive? Is that right?
He unalived
unalived
himself. Yeah. That's what you have to put to avoid the censors on various social media platforms.
I know a guy who was performing there that night and basically had to take shelter in his bus. So it was just terrifying.
Jason Aldean on stage at the time?
Jason Aldean, I think, was on stage, yeah.
Oh, it's so creepy. I've only seen that video a couple times of like somebody showing Jason Aldean on stage.
Yeah.
And how he's singing, and then you start hearing the shots and everything, and he sings for a couple more seconds, and then he ducks off stage real quick. Golly. But, yeah, so I wonder what they've done with that location. Do they still have concerts down in that field?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was kind of an outdoor stage area that he shot down into.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the
It was
2017
like a park,
shooting,
right? It was like
Vegas. Yeah, like a park or something. And what do they do to that room? You close it off, right? You don't rent it out again.
No. Because people like you would want to rent it out.
He knew the room number a month ago.
317? No, I really don't know it. I really don't. That guy.
Because we were talking about going there for the Super Bowl, and you said, "Oh yeah, we'll have to stop by room."
I did not say that. Did not say that. So that guy, he was another one of these dudes that makes the news, and there were only like 2 known photographs of him. You remember that? They would show the dude, and there were only the 2 photographs, and one of them he had his eyes closed in. It looked like an outtake.
It is hard to imagine you can get to 2023 and only have 2 photographs of you in the world.
I know. Hey, there was an old friend of mine from the 90s I was trying to look up, and I only found 3 photos of him online for his whole life. How crazy is that?
Yeah, there's some people who,
he just doesn't do social media, and
Smart.
I only found a picture of him just at a wedding somewhere.
A few more details on the shooter. A 67-year-old career college professor.
Mm-hmm. We're back to the present-day shooting.
Yeah, had applied for a job at UNLV, I guess was not hired, and this was his reaction.
Wow. And no word on what type of guns that he, some people are calling for the banning of assault weapons. Of course, every time we have a mass shooting, we talk about assault weapons and should we ban them and what can we do to ban them and what are common sense gun measures and all that. I have not seen whether he used what people call assault weapons or whether he used a handgun. I have no idea. I have no idea, John. They have apparently not released that yet.
Okay, divider.
Okay.
If something happens to one of us, do you ever think about what picture they'll use? Not that we would commit some sort of crime, but if...
if we're the victim or if we're the
either way,
the
we just
perpetrator?
pass. Somehow we pass, and we got to come up with a picture.
No, but you're bringing up a very good point. We all need to pick one that we
should
like.
Notify authorities and say, "Could you use this one?"
Yeah.
Should we take a special pic?
I do hate the way though that media outlets online now will choose a picture that they're trying to color what you think about a person.
Yes.
Like, so-and-so gets in a fight with his wife. Some celebrity gets in a fight with them. Choose the picture that he looks really sus in. You know? It's so childish.
I'm afraid they're going to use that one that Mino and Ham were obsessed with of me, where I'm on Fox 4 and I have like a really strange looks like I'm being held hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, my hair's kind of down and
Certainly they will use one of you smiling.
I would hope so.
Not that one.
Yeah.
If you're the victim or the perpetrator.
The victim.
Let's
if you're
say I'm the victim or
if you're the perpetrator of something bad,
car crash or something,
they're going to use the one where you're not smiling and you're all hunkered down and your eyes are real narrow looking. So we need to pick our photos.
Okay.
We should give the news media like 3 to choose from. And they can rotate those.
When we looked our
and they
best.
have to respect our wishes.
When we looked our best when we were young, then one from today after 30 years of waking up early where we're not our best.
Right.
And then a third one, maybe a baby photo.
I'm gonna just flood the zone online, posting pictures of me up against a background that shows a height chart back behind me and have a towel wrapped around my neck.
Yeah, your Green Bay mugshot. They should use that.
How about that one? I said divider.
Yeah, you did. In all fairness, you did put up the divider.
Yeah.
Another terrible story.
Which we have to respect the divider.
Right.
Like they do at grocery stores. They make the divider that you can hardly even see, that little thin stick that you put between your purchases and the other people. And everybody respects the divider. Let's see. I'll skip over to this. Diddy has been accused of something that is not good.
Our Diddy?
Diddy.
Oh.
That's the Diddy.
Sean Diddy Combs faces further accusations of rape and Grex trafficking in a new lawsuit that was filed on, I guess, yesterday. This is the 4th legal action against him concerning these types of charges.
Trafficking.
Yeah. The lawsuit, filed by an unnamed Jane Doe. Well, they named her Jane Doe.
Kind of.
Well, it's,
alleges that Diddy and 2 others gang.
Oh, my.
Gang. When she was a 17-year-old junior in high school.
Oh, my God.
And then it goes on and gives more details of it, but Sean Diddy Combs, he denies these claims in a statement that he released yesterday. He said, "Enough is enough. For the last couple weeks, I've sat silently, watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear, did not do any of these awful things." So he denies it. Now, his ex alleged that he raped her in 2018 and subjected her to years of sexual and physical abuse in a lawsuit, which he settled one day after she filed that one. And then multiple lawsuits have happened since then. So, yeah. You guys Diddy fans? George, you were all about him.
I don't know if I was all about Diddy.
Man, I want to live my life just like him.
Never said that.
A judge has blocked Dallas, the city of Dallas, from banning short-term rental properties in single-family areas.
Whoa.
District Judge Monica Purdy. She Purdy?
Brock's sister.
Fine. She signed a temporary injunction order. The city planned to start enforcing this on December 13th and set a non-jury trial for June 3rd of next year for this ongoing lawsuit. So you can rent them out now. The money while you can before they ban them. That is a tough issue, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like every other issue in the world. I want to be able to do it. I just don't want my neighbors to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the convenience of renting a home when you go on vacation and you're in a nice neighborhood. That's great. But in this case, I side with the homeowners, the people who are there all the time, the property owners in these United States. I side with them.
Shouldn't you have property rights to do with your home?
Yeah, it's America. You're supposed to have freedom.
If you want to have someone stay at your home and rent it out?
But not when it creeps into the rights of others, when that home is just
but how does it
turnstile and they're having parties, and they're bringing down the value of the neighborhood and things like that, and they're keeping people up at night.
Well, then how do you argue against a neighbor who owns the home and always has parties? They shouldn't be allowed to own?
They shouldn't be allowed to have those parties. Nobody should be allowed to have a party at their home.
Some people like to party.
Norman Lear has passed away.
This is a tremendous loss.
Revolutionized primetime television back in the 70s, which is like so long ago. Okay, boomer. Some old guy died. We're talking about it. He died in his sleep on Tuesday night, surrounded by family. That's creepy. Why are they watching him sleep every night?
They were there to comfort him and each other.
Oh, he was 101.
How about that? Remember he was interviewed on that award show 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Maybe in the Golden Globes, and he was sharp as a tack and looked great for 99.
Yeah, he looked like he was about 75.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he launched the careers of Rob Reiner, Valerie Bertinelli, made a superstar out of Carol O'Connor, who played Archie Bunker on All in the Family, B. Arthur, who played Maude, Red Fox, who played Fred Sanford. I mean, Norman Lear had an incredible run of hit TV shows.
Yep.
And he also had some misses. He had, which to his family in the front row, I'm sure you want to be reminded of his misses on TV at this time. Hot L Baltimore.
Never heard of it.
Palmerstown.
Never heard of it.
AKA Pablo, the rare Hispanic series at the time. It drew critical favor, but couldn't find an audience. All That Glitters, The Nancy Walker Show. I never heard of any of these things. I heard of AKA Pablo. I do remember that one. And he faced some resistance from cast members of his shows, including Good Times star John Amos and Esther Roll, who objected to scripts that they felt were racially insensitive sometimes. So,
All in the Family, Sanford and Son, Maude, Good Times, The Jeffersons, One Day at a Time. That's an incredible.
Yeah, you have that
different
many
strokes.
home runs.
I watched every single one of those shows, except for Maude. I don't remember
Maude was
watching
way too depressing.
Maude
Yeah, I
very
didn't
much.
watch that one either. I hated that.
Wasn't she having like abortions all the time on Maude?
No.
Wasn't that the story?
No.
And then All in the Family, it's like they went to, Edith was always walking by construction sites at one point that got iffy. Remember that?
Yeah.
His greatest show that
I
got
did
very
that.
little run was Fernwood Tonight with the great Martin Mull.
He did Fernwood Tonight?
Yeah.
Martin Mull and Fred Willard, and it was this cable access talk show in Fernwood, Ohio, and Martin Mull was the Johnny Carson and Fred Willard was his Ed McMahon. Hilarious. Still holds up. I watched an episode recently. Still holds up.
Funny.
Yeah, I need to go on YouTube and see that because I missed the whole Fernwood Tonight thing, and I know a lot of people that I respect like it. I don't count you in that group, but you also like it, which is cool. But yeah, I need to check it out, see if it holds up.
It's great.
Martin Mull just always creeped me out because his mustache was too blonde.
I loved him.
No offense. And then finally, here's the headline. Taco Bell employee Alana Beecham is suing the popular fast food chain after a Christmas party descended into sexual debauchery and intoxicated vomiting.
Oh, no.
That's most company Christmas parties.
Yeah, that's the definition of a company Christmas party.
I thought we've toned them down.
I think that, it depends on the company. I don't know if our company Christmas party is wild anymore, but it was in the day back when Giorgio would get all loaded up.
Heck yeah. I like the party.
This claims that a party at a Los Angeles area location ended in three-way sex romps in full view of others after a supervisor covered the windows and security cameras with wrapping paper and a drunk employee vomited into a bowl of guacamole.
Wait, what?
Do you think they cater from Taco Bell at
Yes.
This now Taco Bell, the company says this is pretty unfair to us because this was a franchisee. They didn't own this restaurant. This was someone who owned that particular Taco Bell. So, but that's. Have you ever been at a Christmas party that devolved into a three-way sex romp?
Man.
I've been into several
Not
of them
involving guacamole, no.
I've been to several that have evolved into one, which I saw as a positive event. All right, birthdays today. Tom Waits, 74.
Ticket's own, right?
Yeah.
Or did we
No,
have John Waite?
We had John Waite
Yeah.
on.
Confusing.
Yeah.
It is confusing. One of them should have been forced by a court to change his name.
Yep.
Yes.
The great Tom Waits, 74. Mark Duplass is 47. Part of the Duplass brothers. Duplass brothers. You ever seen that? Seen the movie Creep?
I don't think so.
I think he's the one that's in Creep. Ellen Burstyn, 91.
Oscar
Wow.
winner.
She's still around, huh? You remember that show, same time next year, that movie? She was in that, I think. C. Thomas Howell, 57.
See him do what?
See him turn 57.
Okay.
He was part of the Outsiders group. He was in that. He was in Tank with James Garner. And he was
That
in
was a big one.
Soul Man, which Wrong Then, Wrong Now.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso, 29. Terrell Owens, 50.
Wow.
T.O.
Larry Bird, 67.
Greatness.
Didn't somebody just tie him on a list?
Luca just passed him on the triple-double list
Oh,
last night.
Interesting. Billy Horschel, 37.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
Golfer.
Pro golfer.
Good golfer.
Good golfer.
Tino Martinez, 56.
Hey, man.
Former pitcher.
And Johnny Bench is 76.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Greatness from Binger,
Loved
Oklahoma.
Overrated.
All right, that's Muse. But this is a Muser's holiday tradition. Let's open the door and welcome into the studio Mushmouth Thomas for a very Mushmouth Christmas.
There he is.
Hi, Mushmouth. How are you?
What's going on? You're having a pretty good little day?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Good little day?
Merry
Not
Christmas.
bad.
Full of holiday happiness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I have a pretty different reaction to Pearl Harbor Day, but that's cool. Y'all do you. If y'all happy about it, y'all be happy. You know, it was on this day in 1941 when some Japanese who chased me all the way across the Pacific and cornered me in Hawaii and tried to kill me. I'm like, hey, dude, there's other people around here. They didn't care. You know, it was just,
so
it was
that's
different
what that
time.
was about.
Different time back then. But, you know, yeah, it's like, hey, broad military base here, you know. But
They didn't care.
See, I'd insulted Godzilla after a bad date, and they get mad. Mad.
You were alive
Bad
back
date?
then?
Didn't say bad
Yeah,
date.
they chased me pretty good. They chased me pretty good. But hey, December 7th isn't the only big day in December.
That's right.
Got that right.
Don't look now, but there's another pretty big little day in December.
Yeah.
You guys pretty excited for that one?
Yeah. Christmas Day.
Why would you be excited for the Union Carbide disaster that happened in 1984 in December?
No.
I understand why you guys are
Christmas.
celebrating that.
Christmas is the day we thought you were
Christmas.
talking
Yeah,
about.
that was pretty cute too. That was pretty cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So December 25th, year one.
Wow.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, that was a pretty wild day.
You were around for that?
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I was there for the first nativity of all time.
Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, when Jesus was born unto the Virgin Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy. Pretty
Jesus,
cute
yeah.
guy. Yeah, he was like talking like an hour after it.
Okay,
I
I don't
mean,
know about that.
pretty fast little learner. Pretty fast little learner, Jesus. But I was staying in the barn with the donkeys and the camels because they turned me away at the motel there in Bethlehem.
Same thing, huh?
And so I was eating out of the manger when some older dude like come in and dump out all my corn cob.
All your
All my corn cobs after I was eating. And he said he needed it for a savior who would be born to save the world from sin and devastation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, those are corn cobs.
Love my corn cobs.
Yeah, and he like threw me 40 Bitcoin and said buy new ones, and
What?
I like doing back at him because Bitcoin worthless then. You know?
Yeah.
It hadn't really, hadn't exploded at
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
Not at that
That
time.
was a while back.
Not enough hash power
Okay.
So I helped Joseph load Mary into the manger to shoot baby out, and got to be pretty good little friends with them afterwards. They even let me hold the baby.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew
I had
that.
to be careful with my claws, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
But he was so cute. He loved hiding in my pouch.
Oh, really?
He's so cute.
Never knew this story.
He loved marsupial. That Jesus. Anyway, hey, listen. Funny story happened, and it totally reminded me of you guys.
Okay.
The other day, I was walking along a creek. Yeah, just kind of looking around.
That's it?
Anyway.
Gotta work on your stories.
Oh, you always bring us a Christmas gift. Yeah.
For
Time for
Mushmouth.
Mushmouth Creamer. I brought you guys some pickle little gifts.
Okay.
Pickle little gifts.
Okay, good.
This one is for John.
Okay.
John, look in there. Now I
You
know
open it up,
that you like vinyl, right? You
Yeah, you
listen
got
to
a couple
records.
albums here,
So
yeah.
I got you a little something. Go ahead and look in there.
Sean Cassidy, born late from
Yeah.
1977.
Give it a little chance.
Okay.
Give it a little chance.
And this is Under Wraps, Sean Cassidy from 1978.
Yeah. Check out. There's
thanks.
something a little bit else in there that you may like too. If you like those two albums, you'll like this.
Well, what is that?
That's the head of Sean Cassidy. Oh my God!
Mushmouth.
Found out he was in town last night, and I'm like, whoa, opportunity! He's not in.
Oh,
He's not
God.
in the opportunity.
So gross.
This one is for.
I think you said Craig.
Oh, you shouldn't
Screamed
have.
it so
Now
loud.
this one take a little explanation.
Okay.
Okay. So let me take off this sheet of this. Now you may see. I know you like Belgian cyclists, so I figure
Yeah.
you may want a vintage bike from
Wow.
Belgium.
Look at that. That's an
look
Eddie
at
Merckx.
this. It's an original Eddie Merckx bicycle.
Wow.
Oh.
Thank you, Mushmouth.
Yeah.
Hold on. What is on the pedals?
Oh, that's the lower legs of Eddie Merckx. Apparently, he was still clipped in.
Mushmouth, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Sorry about that.
I don't want that.
You can hose off. You can hose off. And then this one is for both of you.
Wow.
That's a big
Because
cardboard
I
box.
know that you like kitty cats.
Yeah.
So open up the cardboard box and you'll find something you'll
Has 3 cars to give away in this year's 23rd annual Whataburger Normathon.
George's last Gordo's Corner of the year.
Yep.
Unfairly. I'm going to call you on vacation and just do a few corners with you. Just at random times.
Okay.
And all right, let's agree to this. And you are obligated contractually to go through a few corners with me over the holiday season.
There's only one tomorrow, then you're out of here.
I know, but it's unfair that I have to do one more than you. And I don't even know whether I should be working tomorrow because I think that I have more vacation days that I'm leaving on the
You should
table.
probably be working all of next week.
Yeah.
But somehow you said to Kat, yeah, I usually take my vacation when they do.
I do.
Yeah, but you took some other extra days. Yeah, I know.
That doesn't
but
matter.
you know.
It doesn't matter. It's real important that I show
We're
solidarity
close to
with these
Christmas,
guys.
So just go ahead and give me day
at
off.
Christmas time. But tomorrow we have Sam Gannon coming in.
Yes.
Sam.
The talented Sam Gannon. She will be in here with Junior and myself, so she will experience her first and last corner of the
Ever.
of 2023
She won't want to come back.
No, she won't.
tomorrow. We've never had her sit in on this show, have we?
Not on this show. Donnie had her up.
Ducey always says, look, it's an exclusive with me. If you have me, you can't have Sam Gannon. And we're violating that this time.
Yeah, we actually asked Mike, as we always do, since he's our go-to fill-in, but he has a commitment tomorrow, so we wanted to keep it in the Fox 4 family, and we're having Sam.
Y'all know she's a swimmer?
Yeah.
She's really good. I think she swam in college.
I think she won an Olympic gold medal.
May have.
Does she still swim, did?
She does. She swims with my sister and brother-in-law every once in a while.
Hey, swam
Works
is a
out.
word, right? Swam
Yeah.
is past tense of
Yeah.
swum? What, is
that,
swum a word?
That song, they swam and
There's
they swam all
no
over the
way
dam.
that's a word.
I swim. I swam. I swum. What is swum? I don't think swum
I
is
don't
a
think
word,
swum
is it?
is.
You
One of
swum
them
in.
isn't.
I have swum.
So
What?
it's after have.
Oh, yeah, it is. They're all
Swum?
words.
Yeah, I
Swim,
guess
swam, swum.
That's weird.
What?
Swim, swam,
I
swum.
always say I went swimming. I never say I swum.
At school, I take a dick into the pool.
You take your what into the pool? I swammed.
We got to get rid of that. For
It is
24.
proper to say I have swum in that pool before.
Okay. I guess I've said that.
Weird word. P1 Tim says, blessings, Gordon. Thank you. I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you with absolute certainty that the pine pollen and molds that grow on conifer trees do trigger allergic
Boom,
reactions.
pow, 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 roasted, served, pow.
Well, he says he's not a doctor, and the one that Junior read, I think, was from a dentist or something.
Allergy
Blowhard
doctor.
dentist.
Oh.
It was not a dentist. It was an allergy doctor.
Tim says a good friend whose kid I was godfather to dealt with this problem every Christmas for years. He'd bring the Christmas tree into the house, and the kid would go completely south with his allergies.
Right.
He finally took him to an allergist here in West Texas, tested allergic reaction to certain molds that grow on those trees. Sure enough, not allergic to the tree itself, but definitely allergic to what was growing on it.
Yeah, because they water those things down on the lot, and you can see how they could have mold in them.
Okay. Calm down. P1 Theo says, hi, Gordon. I work in law enforcement. He's an LEO.
Okay. Law enforcement officer.
We recently took agency-wide photos. Sworn personnel were in uniform with medals and ribbons displayed. Most wives and husbands enjoyed the photos. However, all sworn personnel view these photos as the killed in the line of duty photos, and they creep them out.
Terrible. The one you always see with the flag behind them.
Yeah, and they got their hat on,
Yeah.
and the
Okay, but that's
aren't you,
better
wouldn't
than
you be
them.
wouldn't you be creeped out if you're the law
Yeah.
enforcement officer going, oh, it's picture day, and
I know, but I'd be creeped out. But at the same time, I don't want some blurry picture of me grilling hamburgers as the picture.
why not?
Just because it look wheels off.
I am amazed at some of the obituary photos that are chosen in
They're
the
awful.
obituary section of the paper. Like the family, this was this person's family, and this was the best photo they had of that person.
No.
Some people don't have a lot of pictures of their relatives.
How is that possible?
Well,
Everyone has a camera these days. And
think of older people. Maybe they don't have the
and
cell phone.
with-
Norm doesn't take pictures on his.
okay,
Not to say that Norm's
but
about
seeing
the past,
some,
but
some blurry Polaroid 110 from 1978.
Bingo.
What? I've never
Blurry
I know-
Polaroid 110.
It's a Kodak 110 anyway. See, I threw you off.
Whatever.
By saying Polaroid
oh, that's also on
110.
my bingo card.
Throwing you off? Huh. Anyway, yeah, I can understand why police officers are like, oh, gosh. That's why.
it's dark.
But at least they should do bits. Maybe they should do bits in their official photograph.
Where was I? I took a picture
Come out.
and I made a funny face.
Was it in
Wasn't
your obit
driver's
photo?
li- No. What was that?
Ryan says, Dear White Elephant Captain Gordo. Thank you. Talking about that room at the Mandalay Bay where that horrible
I wasn't
man...
talking about that. Were you, Craig? No.
Horrible man killed 58 people after stockpiling all those weapons. And have you seen the pictures from inside his room?
No,
Mandalay
we haven't
Bay?
looked that up like you have.
I haven't either. I don't even know if there are any.
Yes, you have.
Creep.
And yes, you do.
But he had so many weapons, it was ridiculous. So many creepy elements to it. I told you guys there's this blue hose that runs. It almost looks like a fire hose running across the room. And I was like, hey, what is that? And it was this long tube that they had hooked up to a scuba tank with a mouthpiece where he could breathe in pure oxygen in case they tear gassed him, where he could keep
saying
going.
Pure.
Yeah, he's dressing it up
Yeah,
by
he's
saying
trying to make
pure
this guy
oxygen.
like heroic or something.
Anyway, we're going to be out in Vegas. And
Super Bowl in February.
yes. And I was wondering what happened to that room, because there's no way that they can rent it out, right?
Why not?
They can't just put new sheets and spackle the bullet holes and
they can't
rent it to someone else. It needs to be off limits for forever.
Yes, they should make it housekeeping closet.
But then that's creepy for the housekeeping people. You shouldn't traumatize them by going in there and them seeing all those guns everywhere.
Well, there are no guns in there anymore.
Well, Ryan has the answer. He says that room basically has been plastered over and walled off to make it look like it doesn't exist.
Wow.
So there at the end of that hallway, it's just there's no doorway anymore. It's just a wall. He says you can still see it from the windows. You can still see it from, windows outside. But he claims he thinks it's in the same condition it was prior. I think they probably had to take all the furniture out of there. And
I bet they did too.
He says, I also implore you to check out Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum in Vegas. He has a lot of memorabilia from, I think he's the one who also has Lee Harvey Oswald's toe tag on display.
Yeah.
Wow, you would love that.
I can't remember. Anyway, that's from Ryan. And somebody else mentioned, let me see. Oh, I don't have it here. Where is it? I don't have it, but the guy was talking about somebody's tweet, some comedian's tweet about the picture that they release. If a white guy kills his whole family, the picture they show of him is him skiing with the family in Colorado. Mm-hmm. And it's instead of his, some other shot that's more menacing, and they don't give the same treatment to other ethnicities, was this particular comedian's take. They show mug shots for other people, but the rich white guy, it's always living his best life. Okay, something that annoys me in movies, and Andrew talks about this. This is Guys Flight Out, Andrew. So I don't know.
Oh.
Is this the guy that was with you that almost died?
Yeah, it must have been. Wow.
He says, movie observation. Gordo, I've heard you mention a few times your aversion to how guns are unrealistically handled by actors. Yes, it's one of my pet peeves. I still see it in major motion pictures that should know better.
Yeah.
And you'll see that the actor will cock the same gun 7 different times after making each point that he makes. After each line of dialogue, let's say I'm ready to go. And then the next guy says something, and they cut back to the first guy, and he's like, look, let's do this. And he cocks it again.
The shotgun thing is ridiculous.
Yes, and they always cock the shotgun, and you know that he's just cocked it twice, but you don't see the shell ejection either.
No.
It would throw out
That's
that first shell
do,
that he didn't shoot. And no one ever makes a big deal about it. I think that maybe in America we're kind of gun illiterate. You think so?
Yes.
And that's why people don't sit there and go, this is so... And how many times do you see actors, they're going in to storm a building, right? Like maybe they're portraying law enforcement or military, and they have their gun pointed in the back of the guy who's right in front of them.
Yeah,
there's no gun safety.
Would never do that. Yeah.
I can't get that straightened out. Anyway, Andrew continues. He says, I have the same problem, movie instability, with cups of coffee, specifically the to-go coffee. Either it's how an actor is given a fresh cup of Starbucks and tips it back like they were given a nearly empty cup, and that it doesn't contain scalding hot liquid. You never see someone in a movie
they never
get a
coffee.
Cup of coffee, the guy distributing it out to all his other police mates in the station there. You never see one of them doing the gentle, barely sipping it and going, man, I'm going to let that cool off. You never see that. They slam it immediately. It's never too hot for them. Mm-hmm. I hate it how you can see that there's clearly nothing in the cup.
Right.
That's the one that drives me the most crazy. It's like, at least give it some liquid where it shows that it has some heft to it.
It's like a kid having the fake tea party.
Yes. In major motion pictures. And it's so clearly fake.
You're right. No one has ever acted like a cup of coffee was hot.
Right. Even in the grittiest, most realistic motion pictures, that we praise for how natural the dialogue is and all that, when it comes to the cup of coffee, they're clearly holding an empty cup that they slam.
Right.
Right after it got poured. It's stupid. It needs to go away.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay, thank you, Andrew, for that. Sports idea. We've had some crazy sports things like the EFUS pitch. There was also, who was it that started a little person to make the strike zone really small?
Eddie Midget Goodell. I can't remember what team
I don't think he's still called that.
Sox.
Was it the Sox?
Midget.
That was Bill Veck's idea, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
Am I right about that, or was it Cleveland? I think he was Pale Hose.
Let's see. The smallest player ever to appear in a Major League Baseball game. Second game of a St. Louis Browns doubleheader. Looks like
they later
it was
became the Houston Texans.
St. Louis Browns owner Bill Veck.
Okay.
So it was for the Browns.
Okay.
P1 Gravy Train says,
God, look at that picture.
How about this idea? On quarterback sneaks. Oh, my gosh.
He's like a 5-year-old. I'm
he
sorry,
is an adult.
but that's what it looks like.
It is.
Adult human, George. There he was in the post-game press conference. When asked an uncomfortable question.
I laugh every time I hear that. I've heard it 1 million times.
Hey! Okay. So, P1 Gravy Train says, on quarterback sneaks, 3 guys can push the QB into the end zone. We see this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, why not just snap it to a little person in the shotgun and then have your strongest player
Don't say it.
throw him into the end zone?
There has to be a rule.
I don't think you can do that.
I think there's already a rule against that. You can't propel.
Yeah.
How can you push the quarterback then?
Because that's on the ground.
Yeah. You're leaving the ground. What is that? Leverage? Is that what they call it?
Yeah. Like when you're trying to block a kick.
Yeah, you can't
climb on top of the center.
Catapult yourself off the guy's butt or something.
So his feet have to be touching the ground somehow? Well, not really, because the quarterback leaves his feet when he dives, and guys are still pushing him in the rear, it seems like.
How are we sure that small player is going to land it? Like you throw him, what if he comes down and breaks his shoulders?
I know. It seems dangerous.
Andy
of course,
Reid
if you
ought to
got a
try
guy
it.
who's too strong, he may launch him to the uprights.
Andy Reid
and
ought
that
to
counts
try
as
it.
10 points.
Just see
or
what
9.
happens.
All right, then.
All right, then. And then the end.
Thank you. That is the corner.
Get the Steak Podcast at patreon.com/sportsgreek.
But it is time to pick some games with our friends. We have Matt. Mino's in front of me. Hello, Mino.
Hello, Donovan. Hello, Matt. Hi, Mino. Hello, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
The town.
Hello, Mino.
Oh, hey, Alan.
Hey, how you
have a
doing?
very deep voice.
Oh, yeah, that's me. It's Alan.
Alan sounds
A's up.
No, A's up.
God, you sound like a heavy smoker, Alan.
A's up. Hose down.
You hang out.
Let's get with our other friends.
8 towns.
Is there a Corby in the mix?
Hello.
Hi, Corby. Is there a Bob in the mix?
Hey now.
And is there a George Moose Dunham in the mix?
Playing, baby.
All right. All of our friends are here. We have 2 weeks to go in Picks with Friends, and we had some movement last week. 2 busters had 3 and 7 weeks. And those busters are George and Donovan. And they're at the bottom of the standings.
Man, sucks to suck.
Corby in first place after 130 games. His record, 80 and 50.
God.
30 games over 500, Corby, after going 6 and 4 last week. Corby, how do you do it?
Cheap.
Well,
Steroids.
12 and 2 on my triple play. So there you go. That's the entire thing.
Mino, after an 8 and 2 week last week, has vaulted into second place. He's at 73 and 57.
From the basement to second place.
Yep, you went from
I was tied with you, I think.
Yeah. The projects to the Drummond penthouse.
You got to peak at the right time.
Yep.
Bob, you're in third place, tied with Matt. Bob went 5 and 5, 72 and 58. Matt went 6 and 4, same record. George is in fifth at 70 and 60. And it's Donovan in last place. 6 games over 500.
That's amazing.
And in last place at 68 and 62. The loser has to go out on Nowitzki Way and be a street performer, kind of like what we did on White Elephant Day yesterday, but for the entire day, and each show will give what that person has to do. So we only have one college football game this week and the rest NFL. But what I need from everyone here on this phone and the line is your Cowboy pick and your triple play. The Cowboys are 3-point favorites over Philadelphia Sunday Night Football, and your triple play. As always, we go first to worst. So, Corby, take it away.
All right, we will roll with the Cowboys once again. As they are, well, kind of, yeah. They are on quite the heater, and I think that they will expose them Eagles pretty badly on Sunday. Not bad enough to triple play them, though. I'm going to go ahead and take my Houston Texans and the force that is Noah Brown to cover the 4 points against the Jets on the road on Sunday.
That was going to be mine. So, again, I have to change my play so that he can win. Amazing.
I know. You are in second place.
It's not there.
No, the rule is not there. You can triple play whatever you want. Mino, take it away.
3 points for the Cowboys. I think they're playing better football right now. I think they win by at least 3 points.
Okay.
And I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to triple play the Cowboys this week.
Nice.
What are you, a cowboy? What are you, a cowboy?
Give me the Cowboys.
What are you, a cowboy?
I like that.
Let's stay out of the basement. Let's keep this heater going.
Can't believe you did that.
I was looking at that,
It's
too.
ridiculous. Bob, you're up next, sir.
Hello.
Hi, Bob.
What
Hi, Bob.
triple play will I lose this week? Let's look over our options here. No, it's a rough week. We've lost college. We now have merely the worst college game played every year and the NFL slate. It's not a lot to pick from. No, you can love the military.
Thank you for your service, everyone. Thank you for your service.
You can love the military,
including
but also
of armor.
you can love the military,
An
but
army hat right now.
prefer that they stick to military and not to football.
Wow, man.
Wow.
So they just can't play
Okay.
football, huh?
Yeah.
Except for
Shut up and
Roger.
dribble.
Look at
Except for Roger.
Shut up and defend our country.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, look, it is what it is. The truth hurts sometimes, doesn't it? Okay, so let's get down to business. Yes, we will go Cowboys -3, and then the triple play that we are planning on losing is we've looked at 3 different ones. We hate them all, but when forced to choose, we're going to choose energy, of course, and we're going to also continue to believe that the somewhat fading Detroit Lions can cover the 3.5 in Chicago. So let's go Detroit, triple play in Chicago, and why not? May God have mercy on our souls.
Okay.
Matt, you're next.
I, of course, will go with the Cowboys.
What are you, a cowboy?
I probably could be at this point. Like Mino, I just have a belief that they can win by 3. And my triple play, because unlike Bob, I love America, and Armor Brewing had us out today, and their owner, Mike, went to West Point, big Army guy. So you know what? I'm going to do it because I believe we're out here for a reason. I will triple play Army over Navy.
Let's go.
This week.
You hate the Navy.
I don't like large boats.
In the Navy.
I'd rather be in a tank than on a large boat in a bunch of other guys around me.
What?
Somewhere Roger Staubach is going to fight you right now.
Well,
You deserve the stress that game's going to cause you as both teams try to out-punt each other.
Oh, man. Again, thank you for your service on this Veterans Day.
Right. I'll be rewarded for going with the Army.
George, you're next.
Well, as we approach the holiday season, or maybe we're in the holiday season, I would like to give you one simple winner. Dallas flipping Cowboys.
Yeah.
What are you, a
Win,
cowboy?
they will cover, and that's my triple.
Okay.
What are you, a cowboy? What are you, a cowboy?
And now, Donovan, you know what you have to do.
Got to.
You know, you got peer pressure me last week into taking Oregon when I didn't want to. And I'm not going to be
But you
peer
took
pressured.
Seattle last week. You had that.
God, you're
I'm 100% taking Philly.
You're not going to triple play them, are you?
I'm not going to triple play them.
Good, because I'd leave.
I'm going to take Philly. Since everyone took Dallas, it worked for me last week. I'm going to go again with it this week.
So you are rooting for the Eagles.
I will take Philly.
Unbelievable.
And I feel
He's
like
turning into Skip Bayless.
I feel like I don't have to panic as of right now. I know there are only 2 weeks, and I've got some ground to make up.
No risk it, no biscuit.
That's true.
No pressure whatsoever.
Just do it and triple play them.
No. I am going to triple play this week the Cincinnati Bengals.
Wow.
They are a dog at home against Indianapolis. What happened on Monday night? Give me Cincinnati and the triple play.
I think Donnie will be on Nowitzki way.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a loss.
Okay. Say what you want. But that's what I'm going with. How was White Elephant Day for everybody, Bob? You have fun?
I did have fun.
Yeah?
And I really enjoyed listening to you boys singing on the plaza on yesterday afternoon. That was lovely.
Being about a beat and a half off of the song because it was playing in studio made it even better.
I tell you.
It made it even better, yes. And I think we now know the statue that needs to join Dirk and Madonna up there, and that is George and Donovan in Santa and elf suits.
Man, that was such.
How could we get that done?
So great.
That was such bad Santa from George yesterday.
Oh God,
George, do you want to repeat what you said on the plaza?
To who?
When the guy walked up thinking he was going to get the Maverick tickets. And you said already gave away the tickets to the chick with the biggest rack.
Oh, that was great.
With two girls walking right by you when you said it.
Bigger.
Yeah, it was Mom. I'm sorry, ma'am.
You was such bad Santa yesterday, but
I think the mom kind of appreciated it too, though. She kind of okay.
You think so?
Santa just needed his milk and cookies.
Yeah.
She asked if you had an extra pair of tickets.
Those in this house.
In that bag. Whoa. All right, friends, we have.
Sorry, we gave it to the girl with the big rack.
And
I'm sorry.
And George's tickers yesterday morning were great too. So heck of a job. Long day there, Georgie.
And you had a lot of involvement yesterday in White Elephant Day.
Yeah, I'm going to distance from everything.
All right, well, boys, we have 1 week after this week. So it's not the final standings. We'll come back from Dry Dock. We'll have our last week to see who loses picks with friends. You boys have a great holiday season, and we'll talk to you again on the flip side.
Bye, boys. Bye, friends.
Yeah.
Go America. Bye, Bob.
Bye,
George. Bye, Corby.
Bob
Bye.
hates the military.
Bye, George.
Bye, Matt.
No, I love the military.
Davey.
Don't like
Bye,
their football
Mino.
teams.
Bye, Matt.
Bye.
See, you get some
Bye,
protection.
Alan. So we slide into the DMs, and Justin sends news.
Hey, Monty, send news.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank
so
you,
we
Denny.
have a few stories here. One involves a man in Akron, Ohio.
LeBron.
After a 31-year-old man was shot outside of a Lusty's Adventures just before 9 p.m.
Where was Travis?
Lusty's Adventure. So, yes, this is definitely a gentleman's club, right?
Probably. It's probably not putt-putt golf.
I'm looking at the Instagram right now.
I just pulled it up, too.
There's some
And
ladies.
yes, there's some ladies to
Are
be
they
seen.
are they wearing not clothes?
It says the account is run by Coco Juicy and Bianca Swagger. Might be. I don't know if that's their given name.
Well, apparently,
I don't know if this is the right place.
The victim was shot after a 42-year-old man came up and asked him if he could have a couple of his potato chips.
Oh,
the man
what kind
said,
of chips we talking?
It doesn't identify the exact potato chip.
I mean, jalapeno.
Some Mrs.
Sometimes
Vickers
that
jalapenos.
could, Don't touch my jalapeno chips, you know?
But apparently the guy said nah.
So was this fish and chips night at the strip club? Thank you.
All right. Is that the new legs and eggs?
You have legs and eggs and fish and chips.
Fishy, fishy.
Hello, Alan.
But I smell it. But don't worry, he's fine. And they arrested the guy who did it, but that's a tough crime.
Maybe a ham and clam brunch.
Okay.
Oh, righty.
I got a point. Great.
No, we're on vacation mode.
Maybe have a Taco Tuesday.
All right. Okay. You're not getting a point from ham, but I'd give you a point.
No, he'll give me some bones, though.
Nope. I see it written down on his paper over there. He's been planning this.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been waiting all week. I wouldn't even use
like-
that yesterday during White Elephant. I was like, I'm waiting for news.
You're like Jim Nance.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Scripting it all.
To drop my Taco Tuesday
Giant
joke.
bitch. Oh.
So, we have a story here that, Ham, you might want to sit down for this one. As there has been a Dr. Pepper heist. There's been a scheme.
Is this in Fansville?
No, this is in Oklahoma.
Okay. I don't know where Fansville is located. It could be Oklahoma.
Maybe it is Oklahoma, yeah.
It's
because
SEC.
Because
near
the
state.
Boz is in it.
Yeah. He's the
Played
sheriff.
it in Oklahoma.
But authorities say the alleged scheme led to more than $100,000 in stolen Dr. Pepper syrup. And this goes back to May, as a former employee has been slowly draining this warehouse of Dr. Pepper pallets. Just what a weird thing to rip off, because where do you resell Dr. Pepper? I mean, you go into random chicken place, or it's not like you can fence that stuff that easy. It's not ice.
Maybe he also works for Mr. Pibb.
Was this a sleeper cell for Dr. Thunder?
Yeah, I was going to say maybe it's a competing company trying to take the formula.
Putting the extra and Pibb extra.
It's Dr. Salmon.
He's gone.
No, that's at that strip club.
Yeah, there we go.
But apparently the main thing he would target was the Dr. Pepper 5-gallon bag in a box. Each bag in a box was worth $98.
Really?
$98.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you go to a restaurant, it all comes in a box with a bag of syrup in it.
Did you ever have to change out the soda at the restaurant, Justin?
Many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that process like?
It's a box with a little cardboard pull-out hole, and you pull out the nozzle and unscrew it and put the hose in it, and you get magic soda into the fountain.
Mm-hmm. You attach it to the carbonation line or whatever, and
really, if you think about it, I don't know what one of those boxes is probably. I don't know. You could at least a week, maybe two, and if you sell enough soda at like $3 a pop, you're making a huge profit margin.
Yeah, for a $98 bag.
Yeah,
just again, it's the matter of where. Like, do you open a little Dr. Pepper stand outside your house? Just selling it $1 a cup,
like Girl Scouts or
lemonade. Yeah,
is he going to undercut the
They're on the
Dr.
black
Pepper
market?
prices? Yeah, like if you want Dr. Pepper, you just buy Dr. Pepper. You don't need to.
Yeah, I'm not going
go to
buy
this guy
Dr. Pepper from a dude sitting in a stand outside his house.
Now, what about the Dublin Dr. Pepper? Is that like the?
That's different.
I'd
really, buy that from a kid.
Shelf? Yeah. You buy that out of the trunk of a car?
Yes, 100%.
Some guy opens up his trench coat. Bunch of bottles come clanging out.
Mom's got a minivan. A couple of Girl Scouts roll out.
You want some Dublin DP? I know a guy.
Just trying to hook up ham.
Got a guy.
So is Dublin Dr. Pepper like Mexican Coke?
I think it's kind of the same, right? Like it's the
real
sugar,
the real cane sugar.
Yeah,
nice.
It's the original formula, and it's
10,
awesome.
2, and 4.
Made in Dublin, Texas.
I think there's a documentary about Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out.
It's called Bottle Up.
Yeah, I was trying to think if it's like the history or like what all is inside of that documentary, but I know there's something.
Yeah, Lando's right.
Yep.
And maybe it makes me uber Texan, but I don't care for Dr. Pepper slander from those that think it tastes like cough
Medicine.
syrup. Yeah. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's Texas.
Talk
finest.
trash about Bluebell, whatever.
Oh, Dr. Pepper's where you draw the line?
That's my line.
Like Whataburger, whatever. Brahms, you can talk crap, but
Nolan Ryan beef.
Keep the DP.
Whoa.
So to speak.
So a angry Chipotle customer, and this was a story that went semi-viral back in September. So a 39-year-old woman, Rosemary Hain, back in September, was at a Chipotle and did not like the way that her plain chicken bowl was assembled. I don't know how you can screw that up because you literally just point to what you want in the bowl. But apparently her Chipotle sandwich artist didn't build the bowl correctly. And so when it comes time to pay for the bowl, she just chunks it at the Chipotle worker. And it's all caught on camera.
It's not a very mature response.
Not at all. And like I said, there's a video of it if you look up Chipotle girl bowl thrown or whatever, you'll find it.
We'll see what other spam I get.
You won't see the big purple dilly.
Chipotle bowl girl.
Yeah. And
that needs to be a bowl game, by the way, the Chipotle bowl.
An Ohio judge has now ruled on this case and sentenced Rosemary to 3 months in jail for assault, but has offered to shorten her sentence by 60 days if she agrees to work at a fast food restaurant.
That's very sitcom.
That's exactly what I thought. That sounds like something you'd see in a movie, and like you need to go walk a mile in her Chipotle shoes to figure out what you're doing.
I don't know if I would want her making my bowl if I went to Chipotle.
Also,
I'd be afraid she'd spit in it or something.
And it doesn't have to be a Chipotle. It's any fast food restaurant.
Well, yeah, still.
She went lefty with the throw, too. That's interesting.
So do you think that she, had like a Roldis Chapman velo on that throw?
And it wasn't accurate?
The lady behind the counter was not expecting it. She was
so
taken
that
aback.
girl's name is Emily Russell, and she says she's fine now. She just suffered a couple of bruises.
From a Chipotle bowl?
And I'm like, what was in that bowl that could have bruised you?
Like so many extra veggies and black beans that you had to take on extra damage. That's
right.
Really weird.
Like what could have bruised your skin? But she's happy about this ruling. She's, quote, truly happy with the outcome. Quote, having her have to walk a mile in my shoes and go to jail, I think it's a perfect outcome.
And go to jail.
But she's going to be there making your blizzard or whatever, and it's all for community
and turning
service.
it upside down.
Yeah.
You have to do that.
But do you think in 2 months she'll rethink all her ways and be like, I was wrong.
Perhaps.
I should not have thrown that bowl. I had no idea what she was going through.
I do think everybody should be in the service industry at some point in their life just so they understand that, sometimes things are out of the control of the wait staff.
Or they're having a bad day.
Yeah.
They're having to work through it. You don't know what's going on in their personal life.
Right.
You're getting fast food.
They're having to deal with another person asking for a bowl and then additional tortillas on the side to make their own burrito and cheat you out of making a big burrito. Chipotle workers go through a lot.
It's not a bad idea.
Have you ever been to? Have you ever been in line at the Chipotle and the person in front of you is ordering, but they're pointing at what they want, but they're going over?
Oh no,
I've run into that a couple times, and I don't say anything.
Like they're overstacking their bowl, or what do you mean?
No, they're
over the
so
glass?
they have that
they're
glass,
reaching
that
over the
sneeze
glass
guard, and the person saying, "Oh yeah, I want some black beans," and they're reaching over. They're not touching the beans.
If you just
but
say
they're
black
crossing,
beans, the person
they
working
know.
there should know what you're talking about.
Give me a little bit of that, and they're pointing their fingers at it.
Ugh.
No, don't do that. Don't be that person.
No,
all right,
because
Justin.
I have a Chipotle, David.
Beans.
A Chipotle.
Yep. I pick up my Chipotle through the drive-thru, bro.
Okay.
I haven't been to one of those.
Yeah.
It's changing the game. All right, Justin, that was good news, dude.
Once again, The Ticket presents Why Today Doesn't Suck.
This guy sucks.
And now, here are...
And that's all I had time for.
It just ends.
That's a bad sign.
Oh, that was the beginning of 10-2 yesterday on White Elephant Day. It's the sweet spot. We are at Armor Brewing today in Allentown, Texas, off of 75 in Bethany. I've not seen Kyler Murray or Joe Lecce out here.
Kyler's here.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
He wanted to remain low-key.
Okay.
He's at the children's play area over there.
Yeah, he told you he's here.
And Isbell and Grohl and
they're
all
in
the
the back.
guys.
They're in the back.
All the regulars.
The gang.
And at, what time is it?
Your
3 o'clock.
On your Slack channel.
3 o'clock, it's Agent Ham.
Thank you, Mino. Eatsy's Market and Bakery and Sante Center for Healing brings you Sir Monty.
Thank you, Ham. We
Thank you,
say
Dave.
hello to the hard line, Bob Sturm, Corby Davidson,
Still scoreless,
and Dave Lane. That hug got me through last night, Dave. I appreciate
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you use it?
Yeah.
Go,
Put it right at
Dave.
the front of the bank.
Did you print out my face and tape it to your doll?
Yeah, just cut a little hole in the mouth.
Each
Too
time,
far.
Treat it like some
Too
old
far.
girl.
Each time he has a little cutout of your head that he smashes against the wall.
Right.
Like
Happiness style.
Yeah.
And I try to, treat it like the BB gun game at the fair. And try to destroy it.
God. By the way, Sean, I'm glad that you're here today.
Oh.
Why do you call Tyreek Hill Tariq?
I don't know.
I think it's racist.
He doesn't respect
I think
Tariq's
it's
mother.
a Wagyu.
That's rich
Tariq.
coming from you.
I'm just pointing out racist things on the ticket.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Tariq.
Yeah.
Tarek? Tyreek.
Wagyu.
What an interesting business
It's
model
his
for you,
angst
Corby.
toward Ty Walker.
Are you thinking-
You don't want to say Ty.
Tariq Cohen, remember him?
Yeah, there it is.
What?
Yeah, because Ty Walker's full first name is Tyreek Walker.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Actually,
Tarod.
it's Tyrone.
Whoa.
Is it?
How
Yeah.
awesome would it be if
That's
Ty Walker's
even
real
awesomer.
name was Tyreek? And
They
what-
called him Cheetah.
if they had a race like they used to do with Jesse Owens and horses and stuff, and they had Tyreek Hill and Tyreek Walker.
And
How many Metroplex people would watch?
And he has the Millennium Falcon as his earring instead of the cheetah.
Do you think he's a lot of fast twitch? I was watching Dave's recommended documentary.
Oh, yeah, Bye Bye Barry.
Bye Bye Barry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to
That's
talk
good.
about that next week.
It's very good, and I was laughing because they're showing a lot of footage from Barry's first game. So it's like half the people are in the Silverdome. It's the Cardinals.
Wayne Fonts is being real conservative about not wanting to put the rookie in.
Barry doesn't get
running back.
Barry doesn't get a snap in the first half, and I forget the guy's name who was their incumbent or whatever.
This was pre-Wayne Fonts.
No, I think it was Fonts.
It was Fonts?
I think
Oh.
so. But the sitting running back when Barry arrived, it can't be true, but I believe CBS's Tim Ryan was calling the game, and his commentary said he runs a 5.1 40.
Yeah.
What?
I forget who it was, but an NFL running back in 1989 was alleged to have run basically Travis Frederick's 40 time.
I believe it was Tony Page.
It was Tony Page. Paige?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had 7 carries for 26 yards in that
Is
game.
that the former Dolphin great?
Yeah.
Tony
Yeah.
Page?
Yeah.
5'1". That is
There's
not,
no way.
That can't be true. What a horrible thing to say about a running back.
Why did he want Barry to get carries after?
Or just earn your
Easing it in,
stripes.
yeah.
On the home opener.
Yes. Like the fans, at least the 40,000 that were there, were actually pretty excited that he might
Let's go on
play.
to something that has
So
some
let's not play
importance
him.
to it.
Yeah.
If in fact
Let's
there is
do that.
anything.
Shut up.
It's very Lions of him.
So anyway.
You
All right,
may
Dave?
have missed what I said. I said
Yeah,
let's go on
sorry.
to something
We
that
just
has
had
some importance
chord
to it.
confusion
if in
over
fact
here.
there is anything.
Is that AI, Bob?
That's
Knight?
going to happen when you have that baby. Too.
Right, yeah. Which one do I cut? Cut the blue wire.
There's the appendix blowing up again.
Yeah.
Did you cut the cord?
We had C-section, bro.
There's still a cord.
No, I was comforting my wife.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's like she was birthing her near 11-pound baby.
The cord is attached in the canal, so if you bypass the canal, no cord for you.
I don't think I did it. I don't remember.
No way did I do it.
No, I didn't do it the first time.
We're staying north of the border.
Once again,
I'm bringing my
the
own
ticket
blade
presents.
this time, though.
Yeah.
We're staying
okay.
on this
Here's
side
Monty.
of the equator.
Oh.
No, I'm going to let the
Hey,
Armor
sorry,
Brewing
Monty.
show keep going. I'll hang out. Y'all keep going.
Do stuff.
Y'all sound like you got it. What's going on?
Yeah, you stole Why Did It Doesn't Suck yesterday. Go ahead and steal it again today, Corey.
Oh, it did get tense yesterday.
Let's see if I remember how to do it. Today is Thursday, December 7th, the 341st day of 2023. 24 days left in the year. On this day in 1941, the Empire of Japan launched an air raid on the U.S. Navy base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, as well as, and this is not reported as often as Pearl Harbor, Hong Kong, Guam, the Philippines, and Wake Island. The United States declared war against Japan the next day.
They Pearl Harbor you.
Little known fact.
They snap you.
Hong Kong Guam was Hong Kong Paul's dad. Thank you.
That is a little known fact.
So his name was
You're
Guang.
Okay.
N for Nancy and G for George.
In 1963, during the Army-Navy game, videotaped instant replay was used for the first time in a live sports telecast.
See, Bob?
Okay.
Trendsetters.
Don't you dare.
What? I love that game.
Although I didn't time up my commentary today very well, did I?
Why? Something bad happened?
Well, as our friends here at Armor Brewing seem pretty fired up about the game.
Yeah, he went to Army.
Yeah.
Well,
we were trying to drop a few hints.
Yeah, you guys with your Pearl Harbor joke series.
Yeah. I'm from an Army family. I just don't think it's a good football game.
I do.
No, you don't.
And I can't wait.
It's all about the conditions.
You know what? I'm going to make you watch it.
Bob,
I'll be on the golf course.
Bob, you're 100%
For the
right.
troops.
I know I'm right. That's the burden I carry every day, Sean.
Name of your book. In 1982, convicted murderer Charlie Brooks Jr. became the first U.S. prisoner to be executed by lethal injection at a prison in Huntsville. Before that, it was pretty much just old Sparky, right?
Yep.
Oh, Sparky.
In 1985,
Sparky
Auburn
Anderson.
tailback Bo Jackson beats Iowa quarterback Chuck Long by 45 points in the balloting for the Heisman Trophy, the second closest vote ever. The closest was in 2009. Anyone know who that was?
2009.
Gino Toretta.
Colt McCoy. Oh. Mark Ingram?
Mark
Yeah.
Ingram was first. Who
There
was,
we go.
Who
Thank
was
you.
second?
Was
That's
it
good.
not Colt McCoy?
Yeah.
It was
say Colt
Toby
McCoy.
Gerhart.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Remember
McCoy
him?
third.
The greatest running back of all time.
Followed
What a
by
spare
Gerhart.
year that was.
And Dominican Sue and Tim Tebow.
Sue should have won it that year.
Oh, yeah.
Tebow finished
There's
fifth.
Native American Corby.
Tebow.
How?
In
That was Chuck Long's NFL career, Bob.
Detroit again.
Yeah.
Think about that, though. Chuck Long, think about where we are with Iowa quarterbacks. They had one that was nominated for a Heisman.
I was going to say, I'm trying to think of the last Iowa quarterback that moved the needle NFL-wise.
C.J.
Beathard, of
Yeah.
course, is in the NFL, but he went. I think he went undrafted.
Brad Banks.
Or day 3.
It's pronounced beat hard.
It might be beat hard. Yeah, Brad Banks, I guess. Iowa, way more tight ends.
Maybe some Mark Vlasic.
Well, let us know what you
Wow.
find out. In 1988, the Rangers signed free agent pitcher Nolan Ryan to a one-year contract. Nolan.
And baseball began in Arlington.
You know who they didn't sign that year?
JD.
JD. Damn right. And in 1995, American rock band The Grateful Dead broke up after the death of Jerry
Corby.
Garcia.
Oh, my God.
Could you imagine?
And the sad
he
part
Young
is,
Gravy?
they would only play 7,000 more shows together after they broke up. It was really sad.
Corby ate extra Taco Bell softball
Like, literally,
tacos that
their
night.
last show was like this summer,
Yeah.
but they broke up in 1995.
All right, P1 birthdays today. I want to wish my Russian friend Philip a happy 30th. A new father of 2 months, him and his new son got circumcised together and will forever share that bond.
That's weird.
Also being Russian, his favorite Josephs are Joseph of Nazareth and Joseph Stalin. His hero is George. Can we please get a Corby bragging montage? That is from Austin.
Well, actually, I'm going to record it because I'm going to Group Love tonight.
Yeah, I was such a Smiths junkie in high school.
I have $30 in my wallet.
Do you know how many girls that I thought I had a shot with, and I don't know their names right now?
No, how many?
Well, I was asking a rhetorical
question.
Oh,
smash!
Thought there was a number that you were ready to throw out.
What a giveaway.
Hey, Monty, not sure if Whitetails and Suck is happening today. This is from yesterday, but my name is David Price. Today is my brother Kevin's 44th birthday. He lives in that hell called Houston and doesn't listen, but I'll record and send it to him. If he does listen, I bet his leaders would be White Elephant Day, the Musers, Why Today Doesn't Suck, and Killer's Dad's Callous Knees.
Golly.
He and I swear like sailors around our kids, so I know he would love to hear Corby's kids swearing at their grandma on Christmas morning.
Grandma? It wasn't their grandma, it was their teacher.
Right, at their little kindergarten graduation.
Why would you put that out?
We hear this from Mike Ducey, who checks in on the Chuck Long, Bo Jackson controversy.
Biased.
Mike Ducey, quote, Chuck Long was a better college player than Bo that year. Look at the F up.
Let me know when Steve Ducey texts you.
Did he spell out?
All right,
yeah, he
we're
spelled
looking
out
forward
the F
to
word.
the outcome of that.
Yeah.
All right, hi, Monty. My brother Mark is having a birthday today. I'd like to say who his leader is, but like the movie Encanto, we don't talk about Bruno. Drop request, Bob Fly or Mick. Thanks from Alan.
Mick.
And good day, Senor Monty. Today is the 11th birthday of my dear boy Dylan. I'm sorry, Bob.
I was just going to say, was he giving you a choice, or is that two different names for Bob Fly?
But
he's saying drop fly or
no, they are
AKA
two different
Mick.
drops. Okay, I'm sorry.
Today's the 11th birthday, my boy Dylan. Please wish him a happy birthday. He would love to hear some fart drops and possibly Donnie ask him if he's a big dog in school. That from Mateo Feo.
You a big dog?
Were you a big dog in school?
All right, birthdays today. Noah Chomsky, 95.
I myself am circumcised.
Tom Waits, 74.
True.
I don't get him, man. I don't get him.
I'm with you.
Yeah, that's the total Muppet voice.
Who likes him?
I don't know.
People.
Probably Wolonsky.
Yeah.
What about Harry?
See, that might be a redneck.
Terrible.
Patrick Fabian is 59. That's Howard Hamlin from Better Call Saul.
Oh, Howard. I hope Howard gets a good role based on that, because I don't think I knew who he was before Saul, and what a great character that was.
Jeffrey Wright, 58. That's Commissioner Gordon from Batman.
Ham.
Here we go.
He is a notable actor, though, to be fair.
Very notable. I think Oscar nominated or
I know
Oscar
this guy.
winner.
Black dude.
Yes.
Oscar
Black
Wiener.
Corby. Oscar Wiener, yeah.
C. Thomas Howell, 57.
What was that movie he was in when we were kids?
The Outsiders.
Yeah, that one.
Jim
Was he in
Archer.
Wolverine,
The
too?
book was better.
Yes, he was.
Red Dawn? Yeah.
He was in Red Dawn. Jim Archer, the rhythm guitar player for Oasis, is 57. Mark Duplass, the director and actor from The League and The Morning Show, 47.
Funny.
Christopher Hivju is 45. That's Tormund Giantsbane from Game of Thrones. Jennifer Carpenter, Dexter's sister, is 44.
Right. Oh, Dexter.
Quit killing people, Dexter.
I forgot about our character.
She's with an Avett brother, maybe?
Which one? Well, she
was married to
him.
Yeah,
I know she
Michael
was married
C.
to him.
Hall.
Yeah.
The one who died in
Michael
the
C.
bathtub.
Thomas Howell, yeah.
Sarah Bareilles, 44.
Dexter, why do you spend your evenings killing people?
Jack Houston, the guy with half a
Makes
face
me
from
happy.
Boardwalk, is 41. Caleb Landry Jones from Richardson, Texas, is 34. He was in Get Out.
Yes,
Sports
he was.
birthdays, we have Johnny Bench, Larry Bird,
Giant
67.
Tickets own.
Terrell Owens is 50.
T-O-O.
John Terry, 43. That's right in my soccer wheelhouse.
Is he the most ripped 50-year-old?
John Terry?
Gotta be. No, not John
T.O.
Terry. John Terry has his own problems. Yaziel Puig, Mino, 33.
And he joins us now, Justin.
No, he does not either. Pete Alonso is 29. Born to Say Now Dead. We
Might have
have
been on a Sunday morning show once.
Madame Tussauds, Clarence Nash, and Aaron Carter. Also, wrestler Rick Rude and Dead on the Stay Still Dead, Chuck Yeager.
That's Jay-Z, right?
And you're done.
Rick Rude, Aaron Carter.
Chuck Yeager, the first guy to break the sound barrier.
I really am circumcised.
That's a little.
Okay. Bye, Justin. Bye, Alan.
Broadcasting live.
And here he is, live in person in Allen. Dave. Hi, Dave.
Thank you, Armor Brewer.
Hey, what's up, Dave?
So this is December 7th.
Yep.
A day that will live in infamy. The sneak attack on Pearl Harbor.
Yep.
And perhaps...
No disrespect.
None taken, Coach.
Perhaps it is appropriate that it was announced today that indie distributor Bitters End will give a theatrical release to Oppenheimer in Japan.
Oh, okay.
They finally found a distributor. They have not announced a release date, but they're thinking it'll probably be sometime close to Oscar season to drum up buzz again as they enter into Oscar voting. But to date, it is grossed $950 million worldwide. So
That's
surely
man.
they will get over the billion.
Yeah,
with the
I'm sure they will.
the Japanese theaters.
Well, they'll also get over it whenever Oscar nominations come out and they re-release these films that people may have seen, may not have seen.
Right. So Bitters End, they released a statement. They said the decision was made following months of thoughtful dialogue associated with the subject matter and acknowledging the particular sensitivity for us Japanese. So it is a Japanese company.
I mean, yeah. Again, I don't live over there, so I don't know how they're feeling. But it is weird that you wouldn't want that because it's such a... Obviously, it's a sore spot. Hundreds of thousands of people were killed. But,
you think sore spot might be an understatement?
You know what I mean?
It was just a dust-up.
Yeah. But you kind of started it. You did first. You did bad first, and then we did way bad.
Yeah.
Way bad.
Maybe we overreacted.
Yeah, well... Yeah. We wanted to end the war, Dave. There's only one way to end the war.
Yeah. And so Bitter End has handled award-winning distribution of films in the past, as they were the company that handled the Parasite movie, Korean movie. They handled the global distribution of that.
Greatness.
Great movie.
I got to see Oppenheimer. Maybe that's for the airplane.
Which airplane?
The airplane I will be...
You're going to need
the golf airplane. You don't have enough time.
It's only
in
an
the
hour
golf
and 10
airplane.
minutes.
Well, you
get it started.
Yeah.
And then you come back, and then you got to get another plane.
Sure.
And then get another one coming back.
This is a opportunity to watch a movie in my life.
When it rains, it pours for Sean P. Diddy Combs, as a fourth accuser has come forward in recent weeks. This time, yesterday, a lawsuit was filed in New York by a woman who accuses Combs, the former president of Bad Boy Entertainment, Harvey Pierre, and a third unnamed individual.
That sounds like a fake name, Harvey Pierre.
Right? And
yes,
it's spelled without a Y. Harve.
Okay. Come on now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
who are we trying to fool
maybe
here?
It's Harve Pierre. That would sound even more French.
Or Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey Pierre.
But she accuses the three men of sex trafficking and gang rape when she was 17.
Oh, no.
Dear.
So she claims that Pierre was the one who recruited her, that he approached her at a lounge in Michigan and convinced her to jump on a private jet with him and the third assailant to Puff Daddy's recording studio in New York City. And she says when she got there, she was plied with drugs and alcohol before being, quote, viciously gang raped one after the other.
Golly. Any proof? Other than her word?
I don't know that she has any hard evidence, so to speak.
Yeah.
Sean Combs has denied the allegation. He says enough is enough. For the last couple weeks.
All right, I did it.
Yeah, you got me.
I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me, looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do the awful things alleged. And so, yeah, this is the fourth thing. Now, one of them he settled. His ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Cassie Ventura, they settled one day after she filed suit. But the other three are still in various states of litigation. Yes.
Oof.
Yeah, that one, there was probably meat on the bone on that one.
Right.
And he was like, I got to get this one out of the way.
The other stuff, there's no proof.
Yeah, the other stuff, they could be the looking for a payday. This guy is in the headlines. I met him one time, and no one will be able to disprove my claims.
Right.
A couple of other music notes. We have some summer tours that are being announced as I guess they're starting to book up the summer here. We're 6 months out. Are you guys interested in seeing Limp Bizkit?
No, but I know what you're getting ready to say, and this threw me for a major loop.
Yes, so they've been out on the road. They've been reunited for a little while, Limp Bizkit, and they put out a record in 2021 called Still Sucks.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit Still Sucks.
Right.
Funny. And Fred Durst, he embraces the bit. Like, he dresses in different crazy costumes for every show. So I appreciate the irony, and this is the next level of irony, as support on the tour will be Corey Feldman. If you've seen his art rock project.
I made the mistake of clicking on a link of him on YouTube performing.
Okay.
I still don't know what I saw.
Yeah.
He's dressed like Michael Jackson.
Corey Feldman.
Yes. With the hat and the sequins and the
I think he even wears a single glove.
Yeah, I think so, because they were buddies, right?
Yeah.
They like good friends.
Yeah, he and Corey Haim and MJ.
Whatever was going on at the time.
They played Fort together.
Yeah, Michael was 40. But the music is so weird. Like, it's not, I don't even know what I watched.
And he's a terrible singer.
Horrible.
And he has terrible stage presence, but he is so serious.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So yeah, they will kick off the tour. It's entitled the Loserville Tour. And it will start, Bob, in Somerset, Wisconsin on July 18th.
Okay.
Wow. Or
is that part of
16th?
Summerfest?
I wonder if
Maybe.
that is.
Yeah.
That is Summerfest, right?
They will
I
have.
think so.
They will have 2 dates in Texas. August 11th in Houston at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, and at Dos Equis in Dallas on the 13th of August.
Limp Bizkit's big enough to play.
It's nostalgia, man.
Starplex.
Speaking of nostalgia, Def Leppard and Journey are going to be co-headlining a tour this summer.
Now, is this Filipino Journey?
Yeah, I believe so. And then they will have, depending on the show, they will have support for either the Steve Miller Band, Heart, or Cheap Trick. Now, the Texas dates, we get Steve Miller. So, hope you enjoy that. But yeah, it kicks off
You
July
don't get
6th.
Ann Wilson riding on a tiger.
Yeah. That's her mode of transportation.
It kicks off July 6th in St. Louis. 3 Texas dates for this one.
Right, it was black, right? It was a panther.
It was?
Yeah, because they wanted her to, like, be at one with the panther because she was wearing a big black dress to hide her weight.
Okay, maybe.
And she had to hide behind the panther.
Was that alone?
Pregnant or just
Was
fat?
that?
Yes.
How do I get you alone?
Yeah. It made me hate Heart.
Yeah.
You can make a big weekend out of it because I believe I said that Limp Bizkit is August 13th at Dos Equis. Well, Journey and Def Leppard will be at Globe Life Field on August 12th.
You know, the Rangers won the World Series. They shouldn't allow that anymore. It should only be
I think you should only get Def Leppard in your stadium if you do win a World Series.
top shelf
It's like-
entertainment post-World Series.
It's like an award.
Well, ALCS losers, the Astros, will get Def Leppard and Journey on August 14th at Minute Maid. And then they will play the Alamo Dome in San Antonio on the 16th
Dude.
of August.
I could roll the Texas Triangle with Def Leppard.
Yeah, you could. You should.
Not a chance in hell. You go to one.
Awesome.
Will that be while we're at Oxnard? Will you have to take a special trip?
It might be worth it.
Okay, we don't often cover the Masked Singer on Enews.
What did you just say?
But this was a notable singing star that was unmasked last night. They eliminated a couple of contestants during the semifinals, and this was a glam metal singer, ex-Skid Row singer Sebastian Bach. He was dressed up as a tiki.
How's he looking these days?
He looks kind of the same.
Like a tiki.
He looks kind of the same. And so he said he was inspired by the fact that Dee Snider and Bret Michaels have both done the show before.
He's inspired by the fact they cut him a check to show up somewhere.
He's inspired by that. He's also inspired by the fact that today he dropped his new single, his first solo song in nearly a decade, called What Do I Got to Lose? You want to hear a little bit of it?
Yes. And the answer is nothing.
No.
Yeah, he's got nothing to lose at this point. We're jumping in about a minute in here.
Ow.
You can turn it up a little now.
I mean, for people who have never left 80s hair metal, that doesn't sound bad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Dave, I've left it.
And lastly,
you were never in the club.
I was not.
Lastly, we talked about Shannon Doherty and the fact that she has had cancer spread throughout her body, and she is, I guess, kind of capturing her last months or maybe years, I don't know, on Earth in a new podcast called Let's Be Clear. And so in this most recent episode, she talked about her experience undergoing brain surgery while she was married to her third husband, Kurt Iswareneko.
Brain cancer, gray.
Yes. So she says, I had brain surgery, which was the most frightening thing I've ever been through in my entire life. I was positive I was going to die, and the best case scenario in my head is that if I didn't die, I wouldn't be able to walk or talk. So she says, I went into that surgery early in the morning, and and she says, I went in after I found out that my marriage was essentially over, that my husband had been carrying on an affair for 2 years.
Whoa.
So she finds that out virtually the day she's going in for brain surgery.
Jeez.
And he wanted to be at her side during the procedure, and she's like, I couldn't go into that surgery with him there. I felt so betrayed. They were together 14 years. And as soon as she gets cancer, he's like, well, I'm out.
Dang.
That's not
People are sorry.
very tactful. And do you think that their friend group, how quickly would you turn on him?
Right.
And what if a guy was like, yeah, but I mean, Shannon was kind of mean, and like the looks that the husband would get, like, you son of a bitch. How dare you?
Yeah, there's a good chance.
I didn't want to get her cancer, man.
There's a good chance he doesn't get invited to the barbecues.
Right.
Isn't that how you get cancer? By being with cancer?
Isn't cancer like the worst STD?
No,
and that's your email.
Simple Corby, it's not. All right.
Get the Steak Podcast at patreon.com/sportsgreek.
And Dave.
All right, we will get to the wedding of the century in a moment. But this is a crazy story. A historic story that is focused right here in Dallas. The entire nation is looking at Dallas because today a judge in Texas gave a pregnant woman from Dallas whose fetus has a fatal diagnosis permission to get an abortion. So this is the first time that any woman anywhere in the country has asked a court to approve an abortion since Roe v. Wade was overturned. And so the woman is Kate Cox. She is a 31-year-old mother of two from the Dallas area. And today, State District Judge Maya Guerrera Gamble said she would grant a temporary restraining order that would allow Kate Cox to have an abortion under the narrow exceptions to the Texas abortion ban. So it's going to obviously be appealed by the state. The state is arguing that she does not meet the criteria for a medical exception.
What is the criteria? If your baby's dead...
Well, they say that the wording in the ban is very vague. So
what has to... Does it have to be the devil inside of you? Beelzebub is inside me. I just want it to go away.
That would qualify, yes.
Right. Well, state officials are arguing that she has not shown that her life is in imminent danger.
Oh.
That's hard to say.
So that's part of it.
And so she doesn't qualify for exception. So they're saying it's the mother's health, not the baby's health, that is key here. And so she is saying she's 20 weeks pregnant, and she has been to the emergency room 4 times this week, 4 times during her pregnancy, for the 4th time this week. And doctors have told her that inducing labor would carry a risk of uterine rupture because she's had C-sections in the past, and that another C-section at full term would endanger her ability to carry another child. And that doctors have told her her baby is most likely going to be stillborn or live for a week at the most.
God.
So this is definitely going to be setting a new precedent now that Roe v. Wade has been overturned and it's up to the states. Those states that have enacted bans, where is that line? And obviously Texas is saying it's the health of the mother. It doesn't matter if you're giving birth to a dead baby.
I have a question.
Yes.
And I don't know if this was up to the young mother. Why do we know who she is? Because that would seem like you're now...
Well, she filed a lawsuit. I mean, her name is public record.
Oh, okay.
Suit.
So,
that's a bummer.
Forgive me. Are we saying that the health of the baby or even the life of the baby isn't a factor if the mother, like, you're supposed to bring...
You're supposed to carry it to full term.
Carry it
no
to full term
what.
even if it's not alive?
That's what they're saying.
That feels like an extremely...
Yeah. I mean, for those who oppose
like,
these,
think about how
for those who oppose these abortion bans, they're saying that this is the draconian nature of the law. That you're forcing a woman who knows that her baby is going to die to go all the way. She's at 20 weeks. She's going to have to take this baby all the way to term and deliver it knowing it's going to die.
Yes, and I suppose the what's the term I'm looking for? The doctor suggesting it could die is different than it's actually dead right now.
Yeah, I mean that's the other side of the argument is, well, miracles happen and maybe this baby will be born healthy and the doctors will be able to figure out what's wrong and it'll live a full healthy life.
Yeah. I don't know that anyone needs my thoughts, but if a baby has no heartbeat,
it currently does.
Okay, but I'm saying in cases like that,
it's a very troubled pregnancy because she's been to the ER 4 times, and they're telling her that it is an endangered pregnancy and that the prognosis is not good.
To ask a mother to carry merely the body of her baby to full term seems like an incredibly traumatic and mentally damaging experience.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no...
Let alone what already is going to happen either way.
And this is a mother of 2 who wanted to get pregnant and is worried that she may not be able to again.
Right. It's not like she's a teenager.
Yeah, like trying to sneak into a dumpster. You know, like this is real problems
Let's
here.
Not use that in court.
It's true. Well, that's the reason I didn't get into law.
Yeah.
It's not like she's trying to sneak into a dumpster. She has kids.
We want to rip
She
her
wants
uterus
more
out.
kids.
Do you like apple?
Here, we'll let the other lawyer talk, Corby.
Yeah, please. The prosecution rests.
What?
Is it
What
time,
did I do?
Is it time for recess?
Oh, I love recess.
Which playground are we going to?
How did simple Corby become a lawyer?
Yeah, so point is keep an eye on this because a lot of people
Recess.
in many states are going to be curious to see what happens in the courts with this. It may go all the way back to the Supreme Court. Who knows? But, it is a very time-constrained thing. She has this temporary restraining order to have the procedure performed. So, So does she try and hurry up and do it before it gets overturned? And then is she going to be prosecuted for having to, whatever.
Goodness.
It's crazy. All right, we have another story out of Ellis County. This happened 6 a.m. last Friday as deputies from the Ellis County Sheriff's Office of Special Response Team executed a narcotic search warrant. And they found this house, Maple Leaf Street near Red Oak. And when they invaded the house, when they executed the search warrant, they found a kilo of meth.
Oh.
16.
Okay, this is news to me. I didn't know you measured meth in, like, cocaine.
Yeah, well, I guess it's metric because they say 16 grams of amphetamines.
Okay.
A kilo of meth, 6 grams of amphetamines, and also, I guess, an inconsequential amount of marijuana and $18,500 in cash. They also found 55 firearms, including 4 of those that were stolen, and 3 stolen motorcycles and 2 stolen vehicles. So these people were up to no good.
Did officers have to rub the meth on their gums to test it?
I don't always know.
Doesn't that seem risky?
Yes.
From like you could die or something, like OD?
Like they just put rat poison because they know that you're going to test it?
Yeah. Well,
Didn't they say it's not good, though?
Of course they can.
Yeah.
And when they do rub it on their gums, do they have that very nefarious smile that they do at the perp and be like, oh, yeah, you're going away for a long time. Oh, yeah.
And then you have to set it on a knife blade just straight before you snort it.
So 3 people were arrested. 35-year-old Lauren Chambers, 54-year-old John Michael Sullivan, and 55-year-old Brad Murray Tinhagen.
I might watch Lethal Weapon on the plane now.
Yeah, that's better than Oppenheimer for plane. All right,
We're going to watch Oppenheimer on an iPod.
Wedding of the century. So this wedding went viral because it was so lavish. So the bride is from North Texas, and her name is Madeline Brockway. She's 26. Her new husband, Jacob Lagrone, is 29, and she is the daughter of Bob Brockway, lives in the Fort Worth area. He runs several Mercedes-Benz dealerships in Florida.
Okay.
And so her wedding, they got married November 18th, and her wedding is was, I guess, at a cost of at least $59 million.
Okay.
Okay.
What are we doing here?
Okay, so here's the details of the wedding.
Boy, the bride's dad really took it in the shorts
Oh,
there.
my God. He's like, here's another check, honey. The catering is how much? $1 million?
Oh, no.
$1 bajillion.
So it was a 5-day celebration in Paris, France.
Too much.
For all of their guests.
Too much.
The wedding was 5 days?
Yes, it was a 5-day celebration.
That sounds horrible.
It included an overnight stay at the Palace of Versailles. They had a rehearsal dinner at the Opera House in Paris. And the reception featured a performance from Maroon 5.
I mean, why not at that point? I mean, you're spending all this money.
Right. So it went viral. It's been everywhere. She posted a ton of stuff on her TikTok and her Instagram.
There they are.
And everyone was just aghast at how beautiful and gorgeous and perfect it was, and just it was the wedding of the century. Well, she has now maybe not there yet, but she has deleted her TikTok and set her Instagram to private.
TikTok.
Why? Because her brand new husband of less than a month is facing jail time for allegedly shooting at 3 police officers.
Whoops. Wait, just now finding out that this happened in the past, or this happened in the wedding?
No, this happened in the past. This happened March 14th, so last spring.
Oh, boy.
And so this was in Westworth Village and Westover Hills, which are west of Fort Worth, almost to White Settlement. And so March 14th, officers responded to a home on a report of discharge of a firearm. And so they show up, at which time they were fired upon allegedly by her new husband. That I guess he was doing target practice or having a disagreement in the house. He fires a gun. Neighbor calls the police. Police cars show up, and he starts shooting at them.
Like Yosemite Sam.
Oh, my God.
So, 3 officers were involved. 2 of them from the Westover Hills Police, 1 from the Westworth Village Police. So,
Dude, that's like the highfalutin police. That's right there by Shady Oaks, Westover Hills.
Comes back to golf. But so
let's just hope that golf wasn't taken down.
He didn't mess with the renovation. Jeez.
If he is convicted, he could face decades in prison, and that $59 million wedding will be all for naught.
What if they found like a bullet in one of the sand traps? Would they have to shut the course down for the year?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't risk injury to the golf course any longer.
Man, what would that do to your 60 degree?
It might scuff a club head.
We don't need that.
All right, we got it.
God,
We got it.
geez.
Sturm Center is next.